Hello, dear friend. You are watching the weekly horoscope for the very last week of October. During this week, we have a few important shifts. First of all, Mars is moving into a new sign. Mars will ingress Scorpio around the end of the week. And this is pretty big because this is the home for Mars. So this is like one of the most comfortable positions possible for Mars. And also Mars is moving out of a very weak sign, the sign of Libra, into a very powerful position, which is the one of Scorpio. So this can really affect how we take action, how we feel about taking risks, and also how courageous we are. So this is something pretty significant, which will actually affect us until the end of the year. So that should be an empowering and motivating shift. The other important aspects are a square between Venus and Neptune and another one between the Sun and Saturn. And those are totally different. Venus and Neptune can bring some kind of oversensitivity or can make us more dreamy or may even bring some kind of emotional storms or overreactions or feeling like a victim. So generally the emotional things can be quite messy and complicated. And that's one thing we are going to experience during the week. The other thing is the square between the Sun and Saturn, which on the other side requires from us to be very grounded and very dedicated to the things that we are working on, and also to be responsible and practical and very concrete. So this feels like a contradiction. From one side, we have this Venus-Neptune situation with all the emotions, which are kind of irrational or uncontrollable. And then we also have the Sun squaring Saturn, which requires from us to keep some kind of self-control and overall to be more responsible. So this is our challenge for the week, to try to find the balance. Now, let's get started with the day-to-day overview. So on Monday, we have a creative aspect between Venus and Uranus. And this is a beneficial aspect for positive changes in relationships or new dates or feeling enthusiastic about something. And even when it comes to financial decisions, this could be a pretty nice day. Also, Mars, still in Libra, has a creative aspect with Neptune. And this can also help us to be very creative when it comes to work or some initiatives that we want to take, or even when it comes to partnering up with other people. We can be more compassionate and more diplomatic. And overall, we should allow our creativity and our intuition to guide us. The moon is in Gemini on Monday, which supports communication and learning new things or connecting to other people and overall focusing on your plans. Then on Tuesday, we have this big aspect we already mentioned, the square between Venus and Neptune. And this square can bring oversensitivity, irrational reactions, or some kind of illusions. We might be misled, or we may feel like we are being the victim in certain situations. So make sure not to go into the self-pity party, because usually it's not really fun there and it's totally unnecessary. On the other side, it's also possible that we can use this aspect in a very creative way. We can create something, we can have the vision about something. So if you are ready to work hard, this aspect can help you with some extra imagination and creativity. Make sure to be careful with financial decisions and also with relationships. And the moon is in Cancer on Tuesday, which actually adds even more sensitivity, more intuition, but can also make us a little bit demotivated. So keep in mind that you may not want to work really hard and kind of like struggle with things. If you can, give yourself a little bit more time and space, maybe even to relax or take care of some kind of family stuff or domestic stuff. On Wednesday, the moon is still in Cancer and we'll have a couple of aspects with the other planets. There will be a square with Mercury, which may bring some kind of miscommunication or misunderstandings or the need to talk about things again just to make sure we have everything clear. So communication might be a little bit more problematic. On the other side, the moon has a trine with Neptune. So again, we have this intuition, this creativity, this desire maybe to do something meaningful, or also sometimes just to relax and take some time for yourself. And the last aspect of the moon is an opposition with Pluto, which is in Capricorn. And this can make business activities either more problematic or requiring more strength or more dedication. It's not necessarily something bad. Sometimes this is what we need, like an extra push to make changes or to do something more difficult. But overall, we should, I think, listen more to our intuition and really try to use your inner guidance. Then on Thursday, we have a few aspects, the most important of which is a sextile between Venus and Jupiter, the two benefactors and the two planets which can bring us joy and happiness and positive emotions. Plus, Venus is in the sign which is ruled by Jupiter, so it makes the connection even more positive and also stronger. And it's a great time for some kind of financial decisions, for dates, for anything that has to do with your partnerships, both personal and business related, and overall to do something nice for yourself. If you want to purchase something, if you want to buy new clothes, cosmetics, or get your hair did or something like this, the day is wonderful. The other aspect that we have on Thursday is between the Sun and Neptune, which is a minor challenging aspect. So make sure to check everything you need to do so you don't forget about something. There could be some kind of confusion or something which is not very clear, or you might be like extra dreamy, but as usual, this may also be very positive and can help you to be more creative. And the last aspect is between Venus and Saturn, a minor challenging aspect which may require from us to be extra careful with the promises we give, with the judgments we make. When it comes to financial decisions and relationships, we need to be a little bit more cautious. So we have the support of the major aspect coming from Jupiter, which is great. But then there is a minor challenging aspect with Saturn. So take some extra time to make your decision and just be a little bit more careful. The moon is in Leo, which also supports creative expression and doing something on your own and enjoying things, or even having a party of some kind, or just doing something which allows you to express your passion. So Thursday could be an extra creative and also pleasant day. On Friday, the moon is in Leo, so we still have this possible enthusiasm and energy that supports self-expression, and overall it is time to have fun and enjoy things. Keep in mind there is a challenging aspect with Uranus, so there could be some surprises, there could be something which is unpredictable, we are not planning for it, and it may require from us to be more flexible. Be mindful also with financial decisions. On the other side, the moon has a positive aspect with Mercury, which can help with communication, with planning, with finding the right information or organizing something, or for being more diplomatic and finding compromises. Then on Saturday, we have so many things happening. The first one is Mars moving to Scorpio, and we already said that this is pretty big because Mars is coming back home. One of the signs that Mars rules, so very comfortable position, especially positive for people who have a strong Mars in their chart, or the water signs like Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. It's time to get more active and to do something and perhaps take some risks. And Mars in Scorpio is not afraid of taking risks, but at the same time is not as impulsive as Aries. And this is why also Mars in Scorpio can be very productive and may have great results, because they take a little bit more time to plan things, to know what their outcome is, and then they are going all in. And this is what we can do for the next 2 months. Feel empowered to take action without rushing into it, without pressuring yourself to do it immediately or do it impulsively, but instead, again, come up from a place of desire and passion, and to be a little bit more consistent with the actions we are taking. So this is pretty positive for the next 2 months, for the last 2 months of this year. Believe it or not, we are there. Specifically on Saturday, we also have a square between Sun and Saturn. And this may feel quite limiting and restrictive, and there might be some obligations or things that require lots of concentration and hard work. And on top of that, the results may not be visible immediately, but we have to be prepared for that. And yeah, we need to do the right thing. This is what Saturn always wants. Doing the right thing, being reasonable. Another aspect on Saturday is between Venus and Pluto, and this is a positive one, which can help with financial decisions or in terms of relationships, or to get in touch with your deeper feelings, or to feel really passionate about something. And the last aspect is the quincunx between Mercury and Neptune, which also supports some creative expression and being kind and gentle and diplomatic, and also very intuitive, and like using your imagination for something meaningful. And the moon will also make shifts. So the first half of the day until 2 p.m., the moon is in Leo, which is great for taking action, self-expression, having fun, feeling empowered and creative. And then after 2 p.m., the moon will shift to Virgo. So it will be time for being more grounded and focusing on some responsibilities and the things that we should do, even if they're not so fun. And this position also helps with prioritizing things and focusing on the really important stuff. And finally, on Sunday, we still have the moon in Virgo. So this will help us to be more grounded, more practical, more concentrated and focused, and to take care of some really practical daily stuff. Also, the moon is having a nice aspect with the sun. So for doing something that you enjoy or something that you are passionate about, the day can actually be pretty positive and supportive. So this is how the next week looks like. Let me know in the comments, what are you most excited about, and do you have any questions about some of those energies? I would love to talk to you. And don't forget that you can join Mars Stars membership. We still have our free trial. So if you want to learn astrology and have access to regular monthly meetings on specific astrology topics, plus access to all of my pre-recorded courses that will literally help you to do a full astrology interpretation, you are very welcome to join us. Check the links below, and I'm so grateful for you and for watching this video. Thank you so much. I will see you very soon.